Right, start of turn 49, and there we can see everything again. An eventful turn, visibility's gone back up to 12 hexes, and Russians everywhere. The good news is the Prussians are retreating. However, he did decide he wanted to attack my cavalry over the river, so he's pushed these guys back. We noticed some more cavalry up here, some Prussian cavalry, so he's probably trying to get them back around. Excuse me. But yeah, then we get to north of Eylau around this wind cloth mill, and guns, 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 infantry, 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 and he started to make an attack with all this cavalry. Didn't really push anybody back, nothing major. Just going to get more guns there. Northeast of Eylau, in the, I'm going to call it sort of the plain above Eylau, infantry. Infantry. So he's making another push for Eylau, but this time he's trying it on the flank by the look of it, so we do have some troops there to cover it. Come up here, he's making it a three-pronged assault. I think that was his intention here, is to come out from the north side as well. So going to have to really think about that now. And nothing major here. It's just relatively quiet, so he didn't go for the gap as I suspected he might do. And he's sort of pulling everyone back here, but it looks like he's making a little bit of a defensive position around this Kriegerberg. He had one or two attacks, nothing successful. And over here, with our cavalry, right next to Berkarten, he opened up with those guns. There's a nice big old battery there. What's that, 5, 10, 15, 20... 25, 30 gun battery on the hill there. That's an infantry job. It's a bit dangerous for cavalry to even go close there. Tussled with some cavalry. Did anybody rout? No, not really. I'll get Riel up there because we do need some more leadership up there. So yeah, plan for this turn then is to protect Eylau. Protect my centre, which is pretty much Eylau. Push his cavalry back around the Windcloth Mill. Sort this out for infantry. Well, a little bit thinly spread. The only good news is there is a lot of fresh troops, but there is also a lot of, I think, what were troops from that earlier assault, quite a few turns back, that first assault. These all look fresh. 400, 400s, 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 300s. Oh yeah, they're all fresh troops. So hopefully this is him sending in the last of his reserve. Still got all those guns. There's a lot of troops still intermingled with the guns. Guns are on the move as well, so it looks like he's going to back up the assault with artillery, which he didn't do last time. Yeah, it's turning into a bit of a mess. So it might take a fair bit of movement on this one, but I'll get that sorted and see you in a few. So as you can imagine, there is quite a lot of combat resolution to do on this turn. And yeah, where to start? Right, we'll start up in the north with the Prussians, just to keep it nice and systematic. That division is continuing to come around. I might have to put 1 or 2 units through that woods, just in case he decides to attack through the woods himself. So I need a little bit of an early warning, should he do that. And maybe keep some cavalry back on this ground, just to charge them if they get through. I started pulling this cavalry away that he attacked through the woods, started moving some cavalry up to cover those Prussians there, and basically get into a position to charge them should they cross. Down here, started rotating some disordered cavalry from that front line, so I've got my second line good to go. Cuirassiers held their ground, luckily enough, so we're going to get them involved from the start. Let's have a go with our artillery first. There we go. And we can use black powder weapons again now, which is good. Not as effective, but better than nothing. These guns are going to go straight on these poor chaps. Awful. Slaughtered them. And we'll get some skirmishers firing on them as well. Oh, they already fired. Okay, I must have selected them both at the same time. Not to worry. Straight in with a heavy cavalry charge. I'm not going to select the Hoppo because he's going to take in some reserve cavalry here. And we'll go for you guys. Cut that line up a little bit. That's good. So he's going to come back, lead these cuirassiers in. They should have the legs, these chaps. Colonel Anonymous. So the heavy cavalry this time around is much better than it was before. So we get these cuirassiers charging, get these guys into the fray as well. Hopefully they'll be able to, yeah, push all these guys back. So we've done quite well there. What I will do is move up this line of cavalry so they don't have as far to go next time. So when you organise your cavalry, it works an awful lot better having that reserve line. Ideally keeping a space between the lines as well, just in case any of these guys rout, disorder, they can go back and mess up your neatly piled stacks of cavalry. Same with infantry as well. If they go into a square, it tends to disrupt them. Okay, here I've had to take a risk. I have a few soldiers here in reserve that can be pulled up to this area north of Eylau, but I need to try and get these guns. They are my priority. I need to try and take them as quick as possible. What we got here, massive bunch of infantry. Okay, not too bad. So Saul, Marshal Saul, straight in there with some line troops to try. Oh, I just pushed them away again. I'm not doing so well. Can't use those, they're disordered. Same thing again, I've just got to try and take these guns. They don't have the movement to go. Will they have the movement if I sort them out? Probably. But no multiple infantry. Oops. Okay, a little bit of a mistake. Never mind. These guys can, so I will try. Again, we just push the guns back, so they're still around. We've got these guys here. I pull forward for these guns. Just got guns everywhere. To try and minimise the numbers would be ideal. These they can't fire on anyone. They're horse artillery, so if I turn them round, will I be able to see anyone else? Doubtful. So I'm going to leave them in position where they are, facing where they are. We do have these guns, and they are not protected now, but I noticed there's 200 and 600, so chances of him taking the guns, hopefully not too high. So I'll have a crack at them. I think in this area we've done all we can really do. Get them out of square. Yeah, I think I will get them out of square and start bringing them into this gap here just to bolster it there, because you see around that small village there's plenty of space now. We've got some horse artillery here, so we're going to move them around, and we've got to start hitting these guys on the flank as well. We've got a lot of troops coming, and we're going to get a lot of counter fire this time as well, but needs must. What are you firing? Yep. And counter fire. Just going to bring these guns up with the guards. They can, yes, good, so they're there for the next turn. And get straight into weakening the numbers of this attacking force. I don't have that many guns, certainly not as many as I had at the start. He can afford to lose them, I couldn't. And it's times like this, sort of, you know, what are we, 3/5 of the way through the battle, something like that, that you start to feel the loss of those guns. A bit careless with some horse batteries and stuff earlier on, didn't really protect them. But he has lost more than us, but he can afford to, I suppose. So hardly made a dent. I sorted out a bit of a defensive line around the windmill knoll, and sort of bringing troops back a bit just to cover that gap as well. Yeah. So I've got cavalry there, hidden away to cover this sort of gap here, south of this frozen lake. So hopefully we'll be able to use them. Around here, there's not much I could do. Move some troops around that were disordered, brought some fresh ones into the front line. Hopefully my artillery is going to have a bit of a say that I set up last time, so we'll see. Not very good at all. Okay, these guys can, and there's some guns here, so I'm not going to soften them up with volley fire. I'm going to go straight in and push them back. This is good news. This is good news. But we are a little bit weak there now. However, these guys have sorted themselves out. They're a little bit tired. Not all of them. And we do have Lebrun coming in to help out there as well. So hopefully that will strengthen that area around Sir Palin up. These guys are fresh. Take those guns on the hills, a little bit suicidal. However, I think it's got to be done. We'll work our way towards them. So we pushed them out of the way. How many's up on that stack? Too many for an attack with one unit. Again, not very effective. Brought them out of the way. They're disordered. They're disordered, so I brought those guys out of the way as well. Right, I set up this ground battery on top of this high ground, so let's see what these guys can see. Not much by the look of it. Okay, it's a big stack. That's horse artillery. They're in the way. They unlimbered this turn. What about you guys? Can you see anyone? No, so what I will do is limber those guys up. And we'll get them on the move to a better position somewhere. And what about you? Your line of sight is disappearing as well. So yeah, we'll limber you guys up as well, get you on the move. You can attack, so you can go straight forward, attack these guys. Now they could hold out because they're almost surrounded. But they don't. Continuing with this square as well. This square is... Why are they going there? This square is a square of steel soldiers. Supermen. We've pushed them back, but we still haven't broken them with infantry. I don't think we had much cannon fire on them, but still held out. Still held out again. These guys are very tired, so they're just going to fire with their muskets. Cavalry continued pulling all my reserve cavalry around, so hopefully, by the look of it, as you can see, if this guard cavalry holds out, we get all of my cavalry here into a position to attack. Doesn't seem to have much there. Pulled these guys out through the woods. They're trying a long journey, probably through those lakes to try and get back to the front lines. If we can hold out with the guard cavalry, maybe a turn or two just to get the rest of my cavalry up, the reserve cavalry with Murat, to hopefully sandwich them in between. However, I do need to also have some infantry overlooking here, so I did bring some infantry back this direction towards Kleinsausgarten as well. So, to that end, we're going to see who have we got to charge with. Probably not that many. What's that, 22, Murat? Not so many at all. Had to get the Mamelukes, the poor Mamelukes actually got hammered the last turn, so we had to get them out of the way. And we'll see how we get on. Guard cavalry first then, against a lot of dragoons, so it probably won't come off that well. Nope. Chasseur Cheval with Bessier though. I always want to try and attack with at least 2 squadrons, just because adds a little bit of weight to the attack. These guys can charge. That's exactly what they can do on the flank of these Emperor's dragoons by the look of it, and a lot of them. Well, a few. Okay, that works. Good, good. Grenadier Chevals. Lost a... Almost 4. Lost a lot of points there for a nothing attack. Trying... How many's up there? No, we won't get them off. We'll leave them there. The Chasseur Chevals can charge, but you can just about see we've got some routed Russian cavalry there, so it's an easier target to try and get some numbers up. So I'm going to have a crack at them. And we do push them back. You can come No, you can't come forward one. Bring these guys down here. Bring you forward. Starting to bring artillery forward. I have got a battery now set up for next turn overlooking some of his cavalry, so fingers crossed that we can start and softening them up with some artillery as well. What I will do is get these guys out of the way of the guns. Those guns are lethal, absolutely lethal. They're only horse artillery, but they smashed me during that turn, especially the poor Mamelukes. They lost about 50-60%, if not more, of their number. Anybody else that we can actually charge with? So we got 19 with Millhall there, we got a 54, and an awful lot of infantry, and we probably won't come off that well there. I'd love a lull, a proper lull, so I could actually sort out my cavalry into squadrons, leaders where they should be and stuff like that. So I think it needs must at the minute, and I'm going to have to forego that just to try and save this guard cavalry. Otherwise it's just been a waste. They've been thrown away, and in a campaign game that would be really telling. You wouldn't be able to use them as effectively next battle, so you wouldn't, you can't, in a campaign game rather than a standalone battle, you've got to really take care of your troops. You're going to need them next turn. So these two batteries aren't really doing much where they are, so I think more beneficial would be to have another battery overlooking all that cavalry, and then the eventual, this is the plan, the eventual assault into Carton. Not sure how I'll do it yet, probably come down here through ravines. We'll have a look there, we've got to get there first anyway. So I think that's about all we've got for this turn. We'll see how he gets on with his assault up here. It's quite a heavy assault. Whether we win this cavalry battle down here, whether we can push him back towards Klein-Salzgarten again with the numbers. Yeah, it's quite an interesting battle. I'm really enjoying this one. Let's have a look at our numbers then as well. I'd say he's been absolutely hammered. Look at that, 18,000 troops, 9,000 cavalry, 84 guns. But mind you, I've lost over 5,000 cavalry. But infantry's not doing too bad, so I'm hoping, because I've been a little bit more careful with him than he has, that it's going to allow us to assault where we need to assault and to win. My only concern is I don't have many guns left, and my cavalry, especially in the south, is going to be blown after this. But yeah, get back to you in a bit. Turn 50, and not looking the best. He didn't really make much ground. He attacked pretty much everywhere he could. He attacked with every artillery piece that he could, and gained a little bit of ground, pushed me back one or two small local places, but nothing major, nothing that we can't handle. So look at Althoff. He pulled his cavalry back to the other side of the river after that attack. He attacked with everything he could around here. He pushed our heavy cavalry back, the cuirassiers, he pushed them back. He brought up some guns, unlimbered the guns right up here, so I'm going to have to try and take them because they are in a very dangerous position. But saying that, we do have guns there as well. These guns are routed, so they're getting pushed back. He continued his advance with his infantry at Eylau. We saw some troops appear here. He attacked where he could here, but didn't have much success, and he attacked with some cavalry, and these poor chasseurs chevals got it this time. Rather than the Mamelukes, it was the chasseurs chevals this time, so they're in a little bit of a sticky situation. We need to sort them out, so a fair bit of sorting out to do here. Yeah, I think it's easier if I just do it and then explain in a few minutes. Right, straight back into attacking there. So start up in the north. I don't think we've got any attacks to do up here. Carrying my division, or getting my division through to Althoff, and then use that road to get up on the Prussians' flank up here. He does have quite a bit of cavalry there actually, more than I sort of thought. I thought we destroyed most of it, but he does have a fair bit there, so we're going to have to deal with that. Around here, annoyingly, I tried to move these guys in the marshes, but the pathfinding said no, we've got to get onto the nice ground, so they have blocked my cuirassiers from attacking. But I do have some units ready to charge up here. Not many. A pain in the backside is what it is sometimes, the pathfinding. But there we go. So straight into it with any guns that we can. Nothing. Oh, okay, up here. Okay, not too bad. And then on the charge seat, now I've only got one lot of cuirassiers that can charge. These guys can come in. They're going to have to cross the river to charge now. What we want to do really is, if we can, fire on them with a gun first. Nice. Get these charging, and then it's going to be across the river, but they've got their division commander with them. Stupid, absolutely stupid. Oh well, what to do? It's really quite annoyed me, that one. Okay, so that's one gun gone, and we've got these guys up on the side. Moved them around for some fresh troops, so hopefully we'll take them. We're right in sight of another gun up here, but what to do? So I am just going to go straight up, straight into it, charge the guns head on, because I need to get rid of them. Good, I think it's about the only way I could have done that. And these guys here, 100, okay, we'll have a crack. Okay, it's going surprisingly well. What's he got there? Can we have a go at them with this gun? No, we can with these chaps. Not too bad. You can, but face the other way. Skirmishers come in. Pull that skirmisher line in. What have we got to attack with here then? We've got some hussars. Guerrilla comes forward there. And we'll get this second line of cavalry, these hussars in. Okay. Anybody? Just some cheval. I'll risk it with one squadron going through this. I think they'll disorder. No? Okay, that's quite good news. So we'll get them charging as well. I'm not calling them anonymous, and we'll try. Okay, starting to slowly push all these Russians back that appeared up here now. We'll pull these skirmishers up. Okay, these guys are disordered, so I can't attack with them. These guys popped up at the side, or sort of behind these guns north of Eylau. Pulled these guys up to... oh, they can. Just to have a go, so we've got some skirmishers, we'll soften them up. And we will charge them. Okay, not as successful as it could have been. So what I'll do, turn these guns around and have a go with them instead. They're disordered, so I pulled them out. I suppose Eylau now, we have to try and sort out as best we can this attack that's coming in. And it's quite a large attack, quite a heavy attack. And then, as I did last time, still some big numbers there. I can't see anything. Okay. Just because, tit for tat, didn't really gain anything, but just because I could fire. Okay, who have we got here? Attack these chaps. And again. And again. And one more. Oh, counter fire coming. So, I think, 1, 2, 3, unless they're disordered, they're going to be upon that skirmisher line just north of Eylau on the next turn. So, fingers crossed. Pull some more troops into this windmill knoll, just in that gap. I'm not following him up, just because these guys are disordered and tired. So, we do have these troops though. Tell you what, I'll bring them up to there somewhere. We had some router troops I didn't realise there, so I pulled them out of the front line. These guys are right in the way of those guns, so they're going to have to come out of the way. These guys are fresh, so we'll have a go. Managed to push them back. If they stay there, it's quite handy, because it's blocked line of sight for them guns. We'll see. These guns, can they see anyone? They can see these guys up here. These guns can see just these routed troops. And quite a few of them. So my ground battery is all set up now, and after all that, all they can fire upon is either the guns up here or these routed troops. So what I'm going to do is sacrifice that this turn, just because it'd be better suited for next turn, I think. We still do have 14 guns facing these guys. And one more. Some effective artillery fire there. These guns up here, they can see also the routed troops, but also these guys up here. So I'm going to have a long range shot up there. Not too bad, not the best. This infantry square, it's doing my head in. It's still got 300 odd. They must be guard units, or they're restricted, so I can't see them being... Well, they're not guard units because it doesn't say guard units, but they must be very high quality units. But as I've explained in another turn, squares are just overly powerful. Overly powerful. Prove my point. There we go again. Okay, push them back. But okay, so we've got some fresh troops here. We'll bring these guys up. Is it worth 500? Yeah, we'll have a go. Okay, good. Light troops, and they're disordered, and can't really do much with these guys. Okay, so over here, biggest bit of news is that I have started to withdraw the guard cavalry, just to save them. Let these boys, let Murat and his guys come in and sweep up, just because those guns absolutely hammered the guard cavalry, and as did that battery over there. They're getting mullered, absolutely slaughtered. So I'm going to bring them back, rest them up, probably down here somewhere, let them rest, reorganise, and then use them as needed again. So we do have some charges up here. We've got Murat and Grouchy and Klein, so I think we need to split those leaders up a little bit. We don't have many cavalry there, 100. Okay, it's a lot of infantry. Well, first of all, we've got some guns up here. I'm going to have a go at whoever I can. 50, 60, 80. Will they be able to see them? Yes. Okay. Let me see. No point with them. You charge. Oh, yeah. So counter them, they can join in as well. Oh, nice attack. Took a lot. But it also cost us a lot as well. This cavalry's starting to get quite tired now. How many we got there? Not a lot. There's only 9 there as well. 19. So yeah, they are getting absolutely hammered, this cavalry. So every time I bring them up, I think there's going to be enough for a charge or something, but they seem to be whittling down. Maybe they're dying of cold. Just to try and protect this guard cavalry a little bit. There is some there. I'm not going to charge with them. I'll try high ground up here. No. Continue to bring some guns forward. Another battery there. Yeah, it's all a bit of a mess, this around here. What have we got there? Right, Klein, you go there, and I'm going to sort some squadrons out for you. I think that's the easiest thing to do. 22, okay, you can go. Disorder squadron, you can go there. Murat, because you've got 99 in there. Grouchy, you can go here. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit boring for a second, just because, okay, 9, you're no use to anybody, just because I want to start sorting some squadrons out here. Because it's just a little bit chaos. 17 is no use to anyone. 1453 is okay. They're kind of anonymous with the dragoons, yeah. 19 is useless. 132, they're good to go. So there with the leader. Murat's got 99 and 97, so he can have another 56, let's say. 20 and 76, so if they can make it forward. No. And just to try and clear a bit of space up in this middle, we couldn't actually charge with anyone in that turn. Not to worry, not the end of the world. We will bring some more guns up though. Some guns there as well. I'm making a hash of this movement in this turn. Okay, you follow. Yeah, a bit boring this time, sorry. Yeah, so I'll finish off moving. Just got carried away there. I'll finish off moving. There's not a lot I can really do otherwise. Go see what he's going to do around Eylau. See if he's going to press on with that attack. I would expect him to be at Eylau next. But the good news is we do have... it's not the one I wanted. I wanted the weather forecast, not the victory. Changing to a blizzard at 1420, so possibly next turn after that. 33% chance. Hopefully, that'll be nice. Blizzard, that's 2 hexes visibility, so it'll be a little bit of unknown, but we can't use powder weapons, it's all cavalry. Maybe get a chance to sort my lines out a little bit, and we'll see you on the next turn.